Hi guys, welcome back to our new episode. This is Nancy Gitonga and the channel is Just Not Career Podcast. Today I'm joined by a special person, and this is because if you remember my first episode, the guest that was there did the same course as her. So she'll expound more because now they are in different levels, and it's nice to have you, Sherlin.
Thank you.
Yes. So I think we can start. And ideally, as I tell my guests, feel free. You have enough time to talk about these things. And now today, you'll talk about yourself, and you can start from the beginning, what you envisioned as a child, and then is it what you did in campus, and then what you did in campus. Yeah.
Sure. Thank you for having me. Well, growing up, I wanted to be a lawyer so much, but not like as a child. Honestly, when I was younger, I just used to read to have good grades, and because that's what my parents encouraged me for the longest time. And until I was in high school, that's when I was intrigued with history and law, and then I was 100% sure that I wanted to do law. And after that, well, in high school still, I did used to enjoy journalism, but my main interest was in law.
Okay.
Yeah, so after campus, that's when I actually chose to do in my selection when joining campus, because we were doing it with the COOPs.
Oh, after high school
After
then.
high school,
Okay.
yeah, sorry. After high school, and I did choose law as my first choice. And then the rest, honestly, I was just filling up because I was so sure I'm going to do law. Yeah, but unfortunately, I did not get to do law. And my last choice was journalism, and that's what I was called to
Okay.
do. Yeah.
Okay.
My other choices were international relations and another title of journalism, but in a different university than the one I attended.
Okay, so you can tell us what got you interested in media and communications, because that is what you did in campus. Yeah. So what was it like? Okay, I'm settling for now media and communications, and you can also tell us exactly the full name of the degree.
Yeah. So I pursued a bachelor's in journalism and mass communication at Technical University of Mombasa. And for me, the interest grew because of basically watching a lot of television. It just intrigued me, and participating in journalism clubs. And also my languages were good in terms of grades especially, and it was fit for me to pursue. I would not lie, I was not so much into this is what I want exactly, but I was just leading my way according to what my grades were.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how did you find now campus life, now choosing mass comm and journalism?
It was very interesting. Very interesting team, my classmates, and very interesting lecturers. The way they did it, the practical side especially, it made me get more interested. But since it's something that I loved, it was easy to follow up. And also the learning system made it more interesting because of participatory and also in practical works.
Okay.
And also the university had like a mentorship program where you'd interact with women in radio and television. So it made it more interesting, more fun. And however, for my institution, they did teach a lot about journalism in terms of reporting and news anchoring,
Okay.
rather than, the course itself is bachelor's in journalism and mass communication, meaning you should be able to do like corporate communication more easy. But for my institution, I would say they did take more energy into news type of journalism. Yeah.
Okay. So after you were done, what was the next step? in terms
So
of
after
now
I was
job
done,
searching, and how was it? Yeah.
I was very positive minded. However, journalism, you have to keep in mind like that person you have been watching news since 19 something is still in the media, or 2000, and you don't know the next minute they're going to quit. But like, people will tell you, oh, you look good, your personality is more of TV, you can do it. But at the end of the day, you have to be logical. Like,
Okay.
the job market is very narrow. However, I started YouTube vlogging, and the fact that I had an attachment at KBC
Okay.
just had me in a positive mindset to know probably there's going to be a chance out there. However, when I got the job posters to apply, I just started applying.
Okay. So you can also tell us, because you did internship in campus, that is, yeah. So how was it to get an internship? Was it easy? Because for me, it was very hard to get internship while in campus.
You mean attachment?
Yeah.
My attachment was not easy at all. I remember I spent January.
Okay.
For me, it was supposed to be January, Feb, March. January, I was just hunting for an attachment, and then eventually my mom was like, call this person. They might know someone, from relatives. And luckily, I called one of my uncles, who called his son, and then his son had a friend at KBC.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then you did.
Yeah.
But now, did you do part of like anchoring, or now you
No.
did another side of?
No. So when I joined, it was a little bit late. So they just fixed me at video editing.
Okay.
And I didn't have a problem because I was already doing YouTube. I was editing already. And anchoring, they want you to practice first.
Okay.
They did give me an opportunity to practice, but the time was too short between, practicing and then going through the management to listen to your voice so that they can approve.
Okay.
And then you go ahead and start reporting. Yeah. But I did a lot of
Voiceovers.
Yes.
Okay, here's a thing also. So now we move to the next level. You now graduated. So how was it after graduation?
So I got my internship before I graduated.
Okay.
Because we had a waiting period of 6 months before the actual graduation. So as soon as I finished my degree at December, I went home for December holidays, and then I went back to Mombasa just to see if I can get something to do. And then luckily a friend who was a year older or a year ahead of me in terms of school in the same university, she sent me a job advert for an institution called BRAC International.
Okay.
And then I applied, but I was also applying elsewhere. And luckily, I applied in Feb, and then I got called for the internship in, I think, May.
In May.
Yeah.
Okay. So, so you're doing internship, and now I wanted to know, like, so, because most of the people, ideally, they will want, like, after finishing campus, they don't do internship. They either do a graduate program, and then after that, they are hired, or some just get hired directly. So for this interview process, because there was an interview before now you joining as an intern, how was the interview process?
Well, after applying, I got the invitation for. They had like an option of either physical interview here in Nairobi or an online interview.
Okay.
So in Feb, when I went back to Mombasa January, Feb, I decided to go back home because I was not doing a lot there. There was nothing to do, and I just, financially and also psychologically, it didn't make sense for me to stay away from home and do nothing at all. So I went back home, and that's when they asked if I wanted a virtual interview, and I told them yes. and I did the interview in one afternoon, and then they stayed for like a week, and then they reached out and told me to join them.
Okay. So, which department did you join?
I joined the communication department.
Okay.
Yeah, which basically entails the institution's branding and publication of public materials.
Okay.
Yeah, the things they would like to communicate either internally or externally to the people.
Okay. So you can give us your day-to-day when you're doing communications. So what clearly was part of the JD in terms of I woke up and then during my day, this is ideally what entailed apart from like just say it was dealing with branding. Yeah.
So basically, in the institution, I learned that when they invite you for an internship, they have like a certain
Criteria.
a certain job
Okay.
or a certain specific task that
Okay.
they need support in.
Okay.
And that's what they, like a justification for having an internship. And that is basically what you're meant to give support on. However, they will involve you in other things because like a day, for me, I would go, being tasked to either give support on something by reviewing document and giving like a third person view,
Okay.
or editing stories. That is the most work that I did during that time.
Okay.
Impact stories, like 50 plus of them. There were so many. Yeah, and also during that specific time, they wanted to do like office branding.
Okay.
Yeah, so it would entail like different jobs. Yeah.
Okay. So how long did you do the internship for?
So the internship was meant for 3 months,
Okay.
but they extended it to 6 months.
Okay. Were you happy because now you're getting more 3
Yeah.
months?
Yes.
Okay. And did you still do the same type of job for the next 3 months?
Yeah. So for the next 3 months, of course, now the tasks keep changing because as an organization, they have their timelines of what they're supposed to do after every 3 months, like quarterly. So you move to the next agendas. Yeah.
Okay.
Next month.
And then after that internship, something else happened?
So after that internship, they let me go. I didn't want to. It
Did you
was
cry?
Very emotional. Yeah, I didn't want to go because, I had applied. When I initially applied, I had applied for another learning program and also the internship, but I qualified for both and I chose the internship. And then during that time of the internship, there was an opportunity for hiring someone. But again, because I just had now like 6 months experience.
Okay.
Yeah. So they let me go. And it was so emotional. I went back home December. I didn't know what to do. Again. And then January, I got a teaching job for languages in the school nearby, my home area. And then January again, they reached out to me and called me for a second internship, but in a different department.
Okay. You can tell us about the department and again what it entailed.
Nice. So the second internship, I don't know what I should call it, impact and social performance management or social and environmental performance management.
Okay.
Because it has changed initially. So first of all, I knew I was not coming back to the same department.
Okay.
And thank God now I already knew what the company does or the institution, but a new department that I've not studied, it was a task, but I was ready for it.
Okay.
Yeah. So in that department, we basically make sure that we assess how we are delivering our strategy and also what does it mean for our clients when they receive our services.
Okay.
and are they receiving the services in the best way possible? Yeah, basically that's the best. It's about making our intentions as a company be felt as impact to the people.
Okay. And you did that for how long?
Again, it was 3 months, and then they extended
I'm
to.
so
Yeah, it was 3 months. They passed away so fast.
Okay.
Very fast, actually, not like even the other internship. And we had to extend to 6 months.
Okay.
Yeah, which I just completed.
Oh, okay. Now I have a few questions.
Yes.
Because when most of the people that I've interviewed, they've gone like a little bit higher in terms of their journey. So some have done like, okay, like me, I have 7 years of experience. I did internship for 5 months, and I loved the internship. Actually, it was my first time like to receive a salary, and I was so happy. You know, at that point, I didn't know 15,000 bob was a little bit. It was like a third. No, it was an eighth of a normal person in that institution. But once I received that money, I thought like I'm the richest person. You know. So for you, because now you've just completed the internship, how do you feel about it? And now where do you see yourself now after this? Would you want another internship, or with this government of ours, you know how we are praying for jobs? Would you want maybe like now to venture into business? You can just tell me like, what do you envision?
So I think I have the same thing, especially financially. When I received my stipends, it felt so good that sometimes you don't want to think beyond. But something that I've learned during the internship and is I have to want more for myself.
Okay.
So I cannot just keep continuing with internships. I want to go beyond internships, which means it's getting like a practical job. Now that I've had 2 internships in 2 different departments, I am open to both fields.
Okay.
So I'm applying to both fields. And at the moment, I don't know, with the government and with job opportunities being so limited, I am praying and hoping for the best.
I'm also praying for you.
Thank you.
Yeah. So, so you are looking at least doing either communications or social environment performance. Yeah. Which one did you like the most?
Actually,
or which one
the
did you
second
really
one.
enjoyed?
The second one,
Okay.
social and environmental performance.
Why?
Why? Because first of all, I had the idea of what the institution does, so it was very easy to just go on and take tasks.
Okay.
Not like the prior one and also the fact that I was, going for the first time in that institution, I felt a little bit naive, just out of campus. The first time I'm being exposed to the idea of corporate.
Okay.
So I was quite reserved, and I was doing more of I'm being given a task. Am I learning from it, or am I wanting to deliver the best without taking like a challenge? But in the second internship, now I am over with the introduction, like what it means to be in corporate. The tasks are more involving because in comms it's more of editing or just trying to maintain an image of the institution, or trying to communicate on behalf of the institution.
Okay.
But in impact, you know what you have to do as an institution in terms of products, in terms of strategies being set from scratch, and you're being involved. I enjoyed the second one totally.
Okay. I hope you get something in that line. And now, do you see yourself doing maybe a master's degree in comms or now in social environment? I'm forgetting the last name.
Master's wise, I wanted to pursue in psychology.
Why psychology?
We had units in campus where we were learning about psychology, and it just intrigued me. And I would like to learn more about people. However, I have maybe I didn't mention this, but when I got the invitation to join internship for the very first time, I wanted to hold my own charity thing. And now this institution is an NGO, and they call me. And I remember that day I was just stranded, like not knowing what to do. How does one even start an NGO or any charity? And then that's why I chose that internship. So right now, I'm hoping that it has molded me enough to do something of that sort.
Okay. I'm hoping for the best.
Thank you.
What I can say, it's just the beginning. We don't know what it's in store for us. We just have to keep our head high. I personally, I know how it feels like for a contract to end, and all the confusing emotions and going back home. You're thinking about, because I think for me it was just like I don't want to go back and borrow my mom for like credit, such things. And luckily, like for me, I have parents. What if for someone who's they're just alone and they don't have anywhere to fall back to, and those kind of questions.
For instance, for me, it's very limiting. And even the idea of going back home scares me sometimes, because one of my parents is going through like a medical situation, so it feels limiting that I cannot give support, and I'm going back to zero. However, you just have to be positive, because
they say this is life, but it is life. Yes. Because I always say everyone's journey is different, and it's good when you have the right support, and at least to know the next day will be better. That's what I always tell myself. And the journey continues. It never stops. Because I remember for me, after I lost my internship, because I didn't know that I'm losing my internship. I was not given a warning. I was not given like anything. I was just told, tomorrow you're not coming. Yes. And I was like, why did you not tell me like a month into it? You've just been extending the contract by 1 month. I think I remember I cried a lot.
I cried the first internship, but right now I think I am strong enough for corporate world.
It teaches you a few things that you take to the next maybe organization or the same organization, because these things you never know. You never know. And keep on applying. Keep on applying. Every time you get a regret, you just know that was not mine. Mine is coming. And since I believe in God and I believe in His power, I only came to know that everything works to the good of those who believe in Him. And number two, when it's mine, it's mine. It will not be anyone else. When it's mine, it's mine. And therefore, when you get the next job, just do it. It's not about I'm now doing the bare minimum. Just do it to the best level, because this is what we are called for.
Sure. And luckily, my parents always insist that haujafukuzwa nyumbani, which is very comforting sometimes. Just knowing you have a place you can go to,
it's comforting.
Support.
It's, I know. Shout out to our mothers.
Shout out to all parents who open their doors for.
Even our dads, because it's not easy.
It's not easy.
Adulting. I think especially for us who have parents who when they were finishing school, they had a direct job. They didn't have to like really hustle to get a job. Vis-a-vis us who finish, and it's like you're looking into an ocean, you know. So it's okay. Life moves on.
Life moves on.
Now we move to the next part, which is apart from internship and jobs, what else do you do?
What else do I do? So, thankfully, because of the internship and the basics of what the institution does, they gave me an idea to start up my own business.
Okay.
Yeah, and now I'm having a chicken business.
Oof.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's just starting. The chicks are small, but hopefully in 6 months I'll have big chickens to sell. And then beyond that, I do a lot of media, like digital media, TikTok, Instagram, very active on social media apps.
Okay.
And trying to grow them to make an extra income. Yeah. And basically that's it for now. Those are the two main things.
Okay. So I think also on social media, you can tell us your favorite social media platform because you have YouTube, you have TikTok, you have Instagram, Twitter. Oh, X. Which one else?
Twitch.
Okay, I don't know that one. Which one is the best?
For me, social media, sometimes I feel like it goes with mood. There's a time that I'm totally invested in TikTok, and then I'm like, no, let me go to this other app. For now, Instagram.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm back in Instagram.
Why Instagram?
Because I'm trying to grow the page. That's why I'm giving it a lot more attention. And I feel like TikTok sometimes it has, I don't know if it's my page. Sometimes it can just give you content that you're not in the mood of receiving at that time.
Okay.
And you keep refreshing, but it's not what you're feeling at that time. So you give energy to another app.
Oh, because of the, again, I think the algorithm is different. Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
Okay. So, what else? What are your hobbies?
My hobbies. I think the first one is cooking. I have so many. Cooking and dancing. Apart from that, I enjoy going for sports.
Okay.
But specifically skating.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I enjoy skating a lot.
So you don't fall?
No, I think I am a pro now. Not like 100% pro. Yeah, you have to fall at some instances. However, yeah, those are the three things at the moment that I'm quite enjoying.
Okay. Yeah. So we go to like more fun questions. So it's a quick fire round. And one, you can mention your favorite book or movie and why.
Book? I don't have a favorite book.
Oh, okay.
I'm not heavy on reading. I am not heavy on reading at all. Movies, at the moment I'm watching House of Dragon. Although we're waiting now 2 years again for the next season. And The Real Housewives of Dubai. I know those two choices are very different, but at the moment,
those are the ones you enjoy.
They're the ones I'm enjoying.
Okay. Yeah. Another one. Are you an early bird or a night owl?
Early bird.
Why?
Because I find myself doing the most in the morning, and by the time it's 8:30, 9:30 in the evening, I am sleepy.
Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Introvert or extrovert?
Extrovert.
City or countryside?
Countryside.
Sweet or savory?
Depends. But sweet.
You're more sweet.
Yeah,
Yeah.
more sweet. Yeah.
Yeah. So, with that, imagine the episode has ended.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. But I'd like to thank you so much for coming, for the insights. And the last question will be, what do you see doing the next 5 years if everything that you are desiring falls into plan? Yeah.
Honestly, I would like to have my charity up and running in the next 5 years. And I know the biggest thing every single time I tell anybody about this is how you're going to get funding. So in the next 5 years, if I get funding, it's about patients with cancer.
Okay.
And if I can get funding for that and just have a team that is dedicated to helping cancer patients with the exact, mission that I have in mind, it would be great for me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, praying for that.
Thank you.
I think you can start maybe like doing the, what is it called? The work deck. Just to see exactly what you'll do.
Yeah, I've done a lot of writing, typing with like what I wanted to look like. And now I think the next big thing is to have resources.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
And with that,
Thank
we
you
call
for
it a
hosting
wrap.
me.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You can have your water.
Yeah. Fantastic. And people should follow me.
Yes.
As well.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Yes.
Tell us where they should follow you. You can mention your TikTok handle, IG handle, or even the Twitch one.
So I think everywhere is Miss Muturi. Muturi is my surname. Yeah, either Sherlin Muturi, but all of them is Miss Muturi.
Okay. They can find that also on the description.
Yes.
I'll also plug them there. And with that, we call it a wrap. Thank you guys for joining, and see you in the next season.
Yeah. Thank you.